Hello everybody, thank you for coming back to my channel. This week's reading has got some really beautiful messages in it. It looks like, first of all, we are finally out of Mercury retrograde again. So that happened yesterday. It does take a couple of days for all of the effects to sort of wear off, so give it a little bit of time. And we should start seeing some balance in our communication and less issues, fewer issues with our technology and so forth. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I try to keep these as short as possible, and I did pull a couple of extra cards, so I'm going to go ahead and just dive right in. So the situation that we have for today is the Nine of Pentacles, which is the material harvest. So what I'm getting with this card is that you have got your intention set, you've got your goals planned. Here we are in the middle of April. You've been working on your goals for the year. You know what it is that you're trying to manifest, and you are not seeing it happening as quickly as you want it to come about. So the situation is, we're waiting for this manifestation to happen, and we're looking for it, and we're not quite getting it. So we need to know what the action step is. And the action step is the Six of Wands, which says victory and success. This is generally the card of being supported, feeling like a rock star, everyone sort of getting behind you. This is, spiritual energy, fire energy, inspiration. So what I'm getting with this card, this action step, is really it's about believing in yourself. It's about believing that you actually can manifest this beautiful harvest that you're desiring. So the action step is going within and really deciding that, yes, this is what I want. Yes, I can have this. Accepting that it is that you really are going to be victorious and successful. And I know that sounds funny because, why would you set the goal if you didn't want to have the thing? And, honestly, I can't answer that for everyone. I can only answer it for myself. But, we do have blocks. We do have wounds. We do have things that need to be healed that we have encountered over our life that do stop us from manifesting what we want. And a lot of it is just, it's the trust, it's the belief, it's the feeling of worthiness. We get these grand, lofty ideas, then we start working on them. Things don't really work in the way that we thought they were going to. And so we start doubting the manifestation, we start doubting the goal, we start doubting our worth. So this card is really saying, believe in yourself. Here's the one time where I'll say, believe the press release. You really are loved. You really are worthy. You really are a 10. You really are as good as you want to think that you really are that good. It's okay. From a spiritual perspective, from a connection with source, a connection with your inner being perspective, we're not talking about an egotistical perspective. We're talking about that aligning with your inner being. Your inner being thinks you're perfect. Your inner being, which is your direct connection to God, your direct connection to source, thinks you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. And anytime you step away from that, they're not joining you. Your inner being is always there to shout from the rooftops how amazing you are. So the action is to believe in yourself, to believe in your worthiness. And the outcome is balance. What I love about this is not only will you get the physical manifestation, but you'll also increase the spiritual connection. And honestly, that's the balance that we're all seeking. We want we didn't come here not to manifest. We didn't come here to be miserable. We didn't come here to have to not have what we want. We came here for our soul's growth. We came here to experience this expansion. So the source within you, your inner being does want you to have these material manifestations. They also want you to have that spiritual connection, that inner balance. So this is really the outcome by believing in yourself, by having the faith, by having that trust, by increasing that self-worth. You're going to have that inner and outer balance. Beautiful outcome. So if we look at what is the internal energy that is affecting us right now, it's indecision. And, this really goes back to, do I really want this thing that I have said I want to manifest? And really, you're questioning it because you really don't believe either that it's going to happen or believe that you're worth it. So that is the internal energy right now, is indecision. And guys and gals, what I can tell you is if you line up with Source, just make that decision. Make that decision that you're going to line up with your inner being. And how do you know that you're in line with your inner being? By how you feel. If you're feeling good about yourself, if you're feeling strong, if you're feeling encouraged, if you're feeling inspired, you're definitely in alignment. If you're feeling less than that, then you're probably not in alignment. So make the decision to believe in yourself. That's the internal energy going on. The external energy that we're facing right now is storm warning. Now, I know that looks really scary. We did just have Mercury in retrograde, so that created a lot of, communication, created a lot of thought energy that wasn't necessarily helping us or serving us. So the external energy right now is, there's some things, anytime you want to manifest something new, you've got to get rid of the old. And so when you get the storm warning, don't focus on the storm. Don't focus on what is being sort of swept or brushed or, washed away. Because if it's leaving your experience, then it really isn't meant for you any longer. You'll never be denied what's truly yours. So accept that whatever's washing or blowing out of your experience right now doesn't belong anyway. And if you can accept that and trust in the fact that your manifestation is going to have everything in it that you do want, let the external energy wash these things away. Even the most powerful storm doesn't last forever. That's from the Tao. Even the most powerful storm doesn't last forever. And when that storm leaves and the sun comes out and the rainbow is shining and you have the opportunity now that the old is gone to build the new, you've got a beautiful experience coming your way. So don't be afraid of the storm warning. That is the external environment right now. The surrender card that we have is obsessive thinking. And again, I think this goes back to obsessively thinking about worthiness, obsessively thinking about, can this really happen? So what Spirit wants us to know today is surrender that obsessive thinking. It says, if you're obsessing about a person or a situation, turn the dilemma over to Spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. That's perfect timing. I just was listening to something this morning, and it just really made me think about the fact that we really do need to surrender to Spirit or the universe for more help. The truth of the matter is, if our physical selves, if our physical beings were really that good at solving problems, how many millions of years have we been here? And we have yet to solve any of the major problems on this earth. We have not solved hunger. We have not solved poverty. We have not solved war. We have not solved anger, hatred. We've solved none of those things because they're not in our control. The only thing that we have control over is ourselves. And so if we're obsessively thinking about what can I do, how can I help, just let that go. You are worthy. You do deserve it. You are entitled and able to have all of the things that you desire. Let go of how it's going to happen. Let go of what's going wrong. Let go of what's going right. Let go of all of those thoughts. Turn it over to Spirit, and the solution will appear. The Power of Love card that I pulled for us today is expression. And so I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm suffering from a slight little congestion today, which, is all about expression, self-expression, and the throat chakra. And so it says, you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So it's safe for you to express yourself today. So, maybe get out of the thinking aspect and get into expressing, get into being creative, get into doing something fun. Express yourself, whether that's through art, whether that's through music, whether that's through writing or calling a friend. Just spend some time this week expressing how you feel, expressing what it is that you want, believing in yourself, having that confidence to do that self-expression. And then lastly, I pulled some Wisdom of the Oracle cards, and two actually came out. One of them says time for a nap, and the other one is in protection, and it says new life. So, what I love about time for a nap is, again, we got this, turn it over to spirit card. And I love that, because that's basically what this card is saying is, look, we are human beings, not human doings. So, a lot of what we're here to experience is just the pleasure of being in these physical bodies, of enjoying the moment now. Quit obsessively thinking about the past. Quit obsessively thinking about the future. Quit obsessively thinking about the manifestation and what do I need to do and what do I need to do. I mean, the truth is your action card for this week is just to believe in yourself. So that's really in alignment with this card in saying just take a nap, and maybe don't necessarily take all week off work and sleep, unless, of course, you're ill and you need to do that. But really, it's just about being in the present moment, being in gratitude for what you have today. And then New Life in Protection talks about being in acknowledgement that you don't have to have it all figured out, that it's okay not to know everything. It's okay not to plan out every single move that you're going to make. It's okay not to be constantly, in the achievement mode, that sometimes we have to be in the new study, in the new life, in the budding process. We plant the seeds for the harvest, and then when the plants first come out, they are this little bud. They haven't totally bloomed. And that's where we are right now with this manifestation. And the food for that is the belief in the manifestation, the belief in ourselves, the belief in spirit, the belief in universe has our back. And so it's okay not to know how to figure this whole thing out, just to let it happen and to sort of just be in the moment now. So I hope that this resonates. Take what is helpful. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'm going to be starting this week some law of attraction videos as well as some Reiki energy healing videos. So I hope you'll tune in for those. And I'm sending you guys massive light and love. Thank you again for joining. Namaste.